Good day to Dr. Debita. My name is Lee Kai-shen and my metric number is 159746. So, I'll be talking about the word glamour, which is spelled Glamour or Glamor, which is the British and American spelling, respectively, whichever is preferred. So, the word glamour originated from the Scottish word glamour, which was originally a Scottish alteration of the word grammar. So, you might think, why grammar? Well, at the time of the Dark Ages, grammar or grammary had the meaning of knowledge that is not normally taught, such as astrology and magic, which leads to it having a secondary meaning of occult knowledge. This is why the word glamour or its variation glamour, which is spelled Glamer, and glamour, the original spelling Glamour, has the meaning of magic, enchantment, or spell. The usage of the word glamour was introduced from Scots into English literature by Sir Walter Scott, who was an 18th century novelist. During the mid-1800s, the meaning of the word glamour started to change from the original meaning of magic, enchantment, or spell to the meaning of an exciting and attractive appeal. This appeal or attractiveness is usually associated with Hollywood, fashion, or celebrities. Denotationally, the meaning of the word can be seen as completely different from before, while connotationally we can see that it still has some relation with magic, as glamour also means an illusory or alluring attraction, which is what usually magic is. However, it no longer has the negative meaning to it compared to the past when it is used in a more suspicious and negative tone, because glamour, which means occult knowledge or magic and astrology, was viewed suspiciously and negatively in the past. Now, moving on to the spread of the word glamour into other languages. There are many variations and translation of the word glamour in the different languages in the world. For example, the one closest to the original word would be French, which the word glamour has the same meaning as the same spelling in the word French, which is Glamour. But the pronunciation of the word is different. It is pronounced glamour. In Portuguese and Spanish, the word glamour is translated into glamoroso or glamuroso, which is spelled Glamouro or Glamuroso. It still bears some similarities to its English counterpart in the spelling and pronouncing area. However, in Japanese and Italian, we can see a change that deviates from the English word glamour. In Japanese, glamour is translated to Miriotekina, while in Italian it is affascinante. We can see that the word glamour is spreaded into other languages, and the change could be a very drastic change or a small to a non-existent change, be it in the spelling or pronunciation part, but the meaning is still the same. So that is all from me. I will pass it on to the next presenter. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Have a nice day.
Hi, I'm HENG, entry number 157464. I will introduce the word unbelievable. The word unbelievable is formed with prefix un, the base word or verb believe, and the suffix able. The prefix un is the prefix of reversal, which it changes to the opposite meaning of the verb, such as undo and unbutton. Unbutton. Excuse me. It is originated from Proto-Indo-European root ant, A-N-T, which it means front or forehead. It then evolves to the word anti, A-N-T-I, brings the meaning of in front of and before. It further evolves to Proto-Germanic andi, A-N-D-I, and then Old English, on, O-N, or U-N, un, which brings the meaning of not. The word believe, the verb believe, is the base of the word unbelievable. It is based on Proto-Indo-European root lu, L-E-U, which means to care, to desire, or to love. It then evolves to Proto-Germanic galauben, G-A-L-A-U-B-J-A-N, which its meaning changes to believe, hold dear, or to love. Then it changes to Old English in many forms, which are beliefen, B-E-L-I-L-Y-F-A-N, Geliafa, G-E-L-E-A-F-A, Gelifa, G-E-L-E-F-A, and Gelifen, G-E-L-Y-F-A-N. All these words bring new meaning, which is to have, faith, or confidence. It then transformed into modern English belief, B-E-L-I-E-V-E, which means to think that something is true, correct, or real. The suffix able in modern English means capable of or worthy of. It is originated from French able, which is in the same spelling, A-B-L-E, and directly from Latin abilis, A-B-I-L-I-S. The meaning of suffix able remains the same throughout the evolution, which is capable of or worthy of. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Goy Sifong with my metric number 151205, and I will be presenting about the word mad. So the word mad actually comes from the Old English, actually meaning that out of one's mind or deranged. So if I would spell it for you, and the word is Jamaidas. I hope I pronounced it correctly. The spelling is G-A-M-A-I-D-A-Z. So the element M-A-I-D actually comes from Proto-Indo-European, and the element of M-A-I actually comes from the root M-O-I or M-E-I. It means to change or to move. Okay, somewhere along the line. So it added a Germanic suffix, a dental suffix actually, for what we know is a D behind it, which becomes M-A-I-D, but actually Germanic actually use it as a T. Alright, so what it means to have the suffix of a T, it means elsewhere. So if you combine it together, it becomes to change elsewhere. So someone who's mentally deranged change not physically, but changes somewhere you cannot see, which is mentally. Alright, so from Proto-Germanic, Maidijana, I will spell it out for you, M-A-I-D-I-J-A-N-A. So it uses the same element, M-A-I-D, and the meaning is to damage, cripple, injure, or to make mad, right? But from Proto-Germanic, what does it mean when it describes it as to make mad? But we know that Proto-Germanic is from the past, so most likely the meaning of the word mad they used to define the word Maidijana is out of one's mind or deranged, right? So that is the past of the word mad. But what is it in today's society? So I can tell you that in the 13th and 14th century, the word mad has been described as wildly lively or merry. But then when it comes into the 18th century, the Americans has been using the word mad as being angry. But that is 18th century. What about today? So in today meaning, mostly use it as being enthusiastic or interested. Alright? So denotational meaning, according to Cambridge Dictionary, the word mad actually means to describe someone who has a mental illness. But if you scroll down to the last meaning of the word mad, it actually means extremely silly or stupid. But that is in the UK version of the Cambridge Dictionary. But if we see it in the US dictionary, the version in the Cambridge Dictionary, the biggest difference is between the first meaning of the word. So the UK version saying that to describe someone with a mental illness, but the US version actually means being angry. But when you scroll to the bottom, it actually means very enthusiastic and interested. So that is the denotational meaning and its similarities. And we can use this. If we want to use this, we can use the denotational meaning of the most bottom word, which most commonly we understand. But connotational meaning becomes different. Alright? So connotational meaning, when I say the word mad, what comes into your mind first? It means being angry, right? So it's either being angry, or if I use it in the sentence, I'll give you an example. Mad skills, bro. She is madly in love with him. That is what you understand as a lot, which is actually an appropriate replacement to Northern California, hella, and Boston, wicked. Alright, so it's spread to another language, or it could be borrowed into English. The word mad actually in Italian means matto, M-A-T-T-O. It means deranged, right? So in French, mad means fou, spelled F-O-U. It means insane, right? So that is all for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Debita. My name is Muhammad Irfan Arif bin Muhammad Fahruddin and my metric number is 156721. Today, I am going to present on part B, which is our opinion on reviving the English word that are obsolete or no longer widely used today. First of all, our group have discussed and point out our opinion, and at the end of our discussion, we have reached a conclusion, which is we disagree on reviving the English word that are being obsolete or rarely widely used today. This is due to a certain reasons that are reasonable, and I will present on the reasons on our presentation today. So, first of all, our reasons on disagreeing to revive the use of English words that are being obsolete is the old English word that are becoming obsolete is difficult to remember. This is due to lengthy words such as California widow, Twitter like, Zenzik, hop plant, and any other words that are being used in the past time. Other than that, the word that had become obsolete are difficult to pronounce due to certain alphabets such as X, Z, and Y, if I'm not mistaken. So, for example, we have excogigate, gorgonize, jolax, father, and just now I pronounced zenzik, which is difficult for us to pronounce since there are too many alphabets that are confusing, such as X, Y, or Z. And this is becoming more difficult to other people that have problem in pronouncing those alphabets. Lastly, the reasons that we are disagreeing on reviving the use of English words that are becoming obsolete is the word can be explained in a more easy way, in a more convenient way, and easy for our generation, which is new generation, to understand, such as the word fagel, houseplant, cochlorum, grog blossom. There are a few words that can replace it, such as grog blossom. You can say reddish, which represent the color of your face during you becoming mad or something like that. So we can replace all of these words to make it more convenient and more understandable, instead of using old English words that are lengthy and hard to pronounce. So basically, that is all for me, for our opinion. And once again, I would like to state that we disagree to revive the use of English words that are becoming obsolete or no longer widely used today. That's all from me. Thank you.